On Saturday evening, when the Sabbath ended, Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Salome went out and purchased burial spices so they could anoint Jesus' body. Very early on Sunday morning, just at sunrise, they went to the tomb. On the way they were asking each other, "Who will roll away the stone for us from the entrance to the tomb?" But as they arrived, they looked up and saw that the stone, which was very large, had already been rolled aside. When they entered the tomb, they saw a young man clothed in a white robe sitting on the right side. The women were shocked, but the angel said, "Don't be alarmed. You are looking for Jesus of Nazareth who was crucified. He isn't here. He is risen from the dead. Look, this is where they laid his body. Now go and tell his disciples, including Peter, that Jesus is going ahead of you to Galilee. You will see him there, just as he told you before he died."
All hope was lost. Jesus was dead. All the things he said didn't matter anymore. All the things he did didn't matter anymore. All the things that he had met to that diverse group of followers, those friends, those hangers-on, well, they just didn't matter anymore. And yet they still did what they had to do. Mary and Salome went and spent money, probably a lot of money, because it's very easy to exploit the bereaved and the religiously obliged. They brought the necessary spices to anoint the body of the man they loved, the one who had offered them hope, the one who had been murdered for nothing and had done nothing to stop them. And then they came, very early in the morning, wondering how they would even do what they had to do. They came remembering the man. He said,
"Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted."
Well, let's hope so. He said,
"The Son of Man must suffer many terrible things. He will be rejected by the elders, the leading priests, and the teachers of religious law.
He was.
He will be killed.
He was.
But on the third day he will be raised from the dead."
Well, maybe, just maybe, there was hope. And then, in an instant, hope was restored. The promises Jesus had made of love, peace, forgiveness, of life everlasting were real. The stone was moved, the body was gone, and the message of the angel was, "Don't be alarmed. Jesus is alive, just as he said he would be. Now go and tell." At present, there are so many situations in which it feels like hope is lost. For Ukrainian people fleeing their homes and living as refugees. For those left behind to fight. For those who cannot flee. For victims of accident, of violence and of oppression. For the sick and those who have been bereaved. It's easy, even for us on the outside of the situation, to look in and say, all hope is lost. But just as for Mary and Salome, Jesus is risen. Life everlasting is real, and just as sure as the sun arises in the morning, all hope is not lost. Alleluia! Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. Alleluia!